In Memphis, nothing comes easy, and that's exactly how we like it. This is a city built on hustle, on heart, on grit. And at Carway, our rides are built the same way. Tough, reliable, ready for the grind. No games, no gimmicks, just Memphis-style service. Real, honest, and built on trust. Where grit meets grind, you meet your next ride. Carway, grit, grind, and Pink Beetles. In Memphis, we know a thing or two about resilience. From the grindhouse to the Delta, we protect what's ours. But when pests invade your home, it's time to fight back. Grade A Pest knows how to handle what crawls, flies, and bites. With local experience and guaranteed results.
I'm Reggie with Grade A Pest Control. We service the Memphis metro area. That also includes DeSoto and Fayette County as well.
Grade A Pest has the entire Mid-South covered. So if bugs and pests put you to the test, let Grade A solve your problem. Bluff City Media presents the 2 Buck Sports Show with your hosts, Rusty Buckets and Uncle Buck. Now, let's get to the show.
Welcome to the 2 Buck Sports Show with your hosts, Drew, Gan, and Wayno.
That was surreal. You know why? I heard you twice. Wayno is in the great state of Mississippi, county of Tippah County, hanging out with me, and it's been an adventure. We've danced, we've pillow fought. It is important to notice to note there's been a 4-year-old involved as well. It's not just me and Wayno dancing and pillow fighting and stuff. Although there would be nothing wrong with it.
Yeah,
just not typically how a couple mates hang out, right?
Yeah.
So
we crossed that line, and we took a moment in the car, and a deep breath in, and it smelled like freedom. I don't know.
It did. It was funny. We were headed east on Highway 72 after the art show, which we will talk about in great detail in our best and beef segment that we do. We start off every single Monday show with. But we crossed into Mississippi, and I just said, the radio went off, our hats came off, and I said, you smell that? That's home. That's Mississippi, baby. And we had a moment. And so he's been in the great state of Mississippi for 48 hours now. Had a couple nights, got to hang out with the family, got a full dose of the Gans. And so we're here, ending it off with a podcast, the 2 Buck Sports Show, brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook, where we do all of our gambling and look at all of our lines, get all of our data for the NBA, NFL, NCAA, March Madness, anything on FanDuel.com. So thanks for everybody in the comments. But let's give the people what they want first. We had a big weekend here, and so let's get to our best and beef. We are 2 of the Bucks. You're a buck at this point. And so anytime you're going to get 2 bucks, occasionally you'll get a third, but you'll always get at least 2 bucks, and it'll be 2 of us. So we do our show because we're friends, and we wouldn't do it if we weren't friends. We wouldn't have just some schmuck in here. I mean, he's in my home right now. Wayno, you're a mate. You're a friend. And so we start every single show off after the weekend with our best and beef of the week. That's telling each other the best thing that happened to us over the weekend, and the worst thing that happened to us over the weekend. We shared our whole weekends together. So
Yeah.
I'll let you go first because it was your weekend. What's the best thing or the best things that happened to you this weekend?
Yeah, what a packed weekend, huh? What a
Yeah.
packed weekend. Like to see everyone come out. Wait, what was the show was Saturday?
Show was
Friday?
Saturday, Grizzly
Yeah,
game Friday night,
yeah.
and
I'm out of whack. Like my days
uh-huh.
are all out, So like, you know, I was really touched and definitely had like an emotional dump after the actual event. Dwayno and Wayno.
Yeah.
Yeah. So look, I was just so happy everyone came out, and I just thought it was the perfect excuse for everyone to catch up and talk hoops and check out some art and have a few beverages. Shout out to Grind City Brewing Co for hosting the event as well. They were amazing, and yeah, just look, shout out to everyone who came out. But special shout out to Rusty and Maggie who helped me set up,
Mhm.
um, helped me work out the logistics of getting pictures up on the wall as well. And just
Right.
it was just so good to see everyone, and everyone was so welcoming and like just chatting. I'm sorry if I didn't get to everyone, but I just had a ball. I just had an absolute ball. Yeah.
It was a great time. And I'm not just saying that because we promoted it. We were really nervous. I wanted a good show out for you guys. For you, you came all this way. You did all this stuff for Memphis. The whole theme was Memphis, despite never being here. We wanted to roll out the red carpet, and I was really, and I think you were too, really happy with the turnout. It was great. It felt like a class reunion for people who just live on
Yeah.
YouTube, like for the comment section, it was like a class reunion. So yeah, we got to see, it was kind of surreal too, because every time I met somebody, they would greet me as their YouTube handle. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
which was kind of strange. Like the first person I met outside of Bluff City Media Crew was Grizz Girl.
Yep.
And she was like, "Hey, I'm Grizz Girl." And I was like, "Hey, Grizz Girl." And she was like, "You can call me Ann." And I was like, "Thank you." I would much like this.
Yeah.
This is real life now, and so it's like I want to know you personally. And so we saw Grizz Girls on Man, saw Edward, and Evan was there, who I found out was Evan's brother.
Mhm.
Funny story. I don't know. Did I tell you this? Were you sitting at the
Oh,
table? It's kind of like touchy subject. I looked, and Evan and Edward were sitting right beside each other, having a drink, hanging out at the other table. And I just looked at Kenny and I was like, I know what you're going to say. Okay. You want to roll your eyes and whatever. Said, but they look like they could be brothers. And I was expecting him to be like, oh, yeah, all black people look alike. And he said he looked at me and he was like, yeah, they're brothers. I was like,
actually,
thank you. Yes. Yes. You cannot hold this one against me. Uh, and so it was really cool to see. I'd seen Edward before, but to see Edward and Evan together, and uh,
yeah.
King Meeks, the whole I'm forgetting a ton of people, but it was just a great time. It was a great
Yeah.
time to hang out and just fellowship with people who hang out at our network, which was special,
Yeah, it
real.
was good to meet like people in the comments in real time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like like really make that connection. Like we already kind of had that connection because BCM is like
Uh-huh.
pretty tight knit. Like we're always um, very interactive with the comment section. And no, Rusty did not get fired. I'm just filling in. I didn't run him
Yeah.
out of town or anything. He's just got his scrubs on today, so he'll be
Yeah.
back in no time at all. Um,
Sorry to break your heart. That's cousin Kirk. We went to 523 yesterday. It took Wayno to 523 yesterday. We didn't have a lot of time though, so
yeah.
Kirk saw you saw the pasture where we grew up. So
Yes. Yes.
um yeah, it was super surreal and like it's funny because you see all these people on a computer screen. It's like, okay, what do they actually look like up from like
Yeah.
the chest up? You don't know. And Luke is exactly like I would have pictured.
Yep.
Uh, I had
Hey.
told him, I was like, how in the world have I seen Wayne Hunt from Australia before I've seen Luke Hatmaker from Nashville, Tennessee?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, my
Luke
bad.
is deceptively strong, by the way. Let me just say that. Like he lifted me
Yes,
up, no problems. And I was like
he did.
worried about his back, and then he kind of slung me on his side, and I was like, oh my God, this guy is like super strong. Hats
Yeah,
off to you, Luke.
yeah, he is. He's got the, um, you know, if you're doing work, you've got the little wrenches, but if you need a little extra torque, you just extend the size of the wrench. You get more oomph with it. That's Luke. He's just a longer
Oh,
wrench. He
yeah,
just get
man.
more into it.
I was impressed. Yeah, shout out Luke.
Yeah. We danced as soon as I saw him. It's on video. It's on Wayno. Wayno posted on Facebook in his montage of me and Luke jumping up and down and hugging. It was
hilarious.
Yeah, sure. I'm proud of it. Yeah, absolutely. But if we go back a night, I'll take Friday night then as my best of the week. This is brought to you by Donna's Italian Beef, 1609 Constitution Drive in Iuka, Mississippi. Go hang out. Go in there. They've got a biscuit. It's called the $2 biscuit. It's a slug burger with bacon. It's amazing. You can't go wrong. So go there. Tell them you heard about it from the $2 Sports Show, and Rusty will buy your lunch. Okay, cool. So Friday night we went to the Grizzlies game. Grizzlies played the Boston Celtics. We will get into the game in just a minute, but before the game, went to Rusty's. Me and Kenny went to Rusty and Maggie's house. That's where we finally got to meet Wayno, hang out, went to eat at Slider Inn. It was great. Then we went to the game, and the game was competitive enough for us to be entertained. We saw Paris Sharkey while we were there, and just got to hang out, fellowship again. That was night one, and we did get the win, but we thought we would for a little while, and then it just kind of went left by design.
Let's see Rusty in the comments.
Rusty's clapping back in the comments. Listen, if you've watched this show enough, and Rusty, you should know this. Between me and you have to pick a side. Whether there's nothing, you can't be a fan of both. He is my first cousin, so shut up. Don't argue with this one.
No, the game was great. I totally agree. And just finally being able to meet you and meet Kenny, that was good. A lot of good, happy moments over the weekend. It was so much fun.
Yeah. Another best. I will say yesterday was a lot of fun too. Yesterday we got to go and just went to the park, had a fun night. It sounds like Wayno has got my daughter hollering for daddy. We'll get that in a minute. But yesterday we went to the park, took all the kids out, played baseball, rode the scooters, got to hang out, just have a kind of a typical Sunday in the Gann house. And Wayno was along for the ride as we just spent the whole day playing. And so that was fun. That was his baptism into the Gann house, which is vastly different than just meeting me. It's like, okay, you've met me now. Are you willing to take this to what do they call it on The Bachelorette? The honeymoon suite and see the whole family. And it's like baptism by fire. And listen, Wayno had a dance party today, a pillow fight today with my daughter as she's home because daycare wouldn't take her today because they had a sickness outbreak. So she's had one-on-one time with Wayno today, and it's been a blast.
Mate, we've set up a photo shoot with some bears and stuffed animals. We put up fairy lights over the bed. We did a dance. We did a lot of dance party, and I thought my knees were gonna explode out, but I survived. We've sat and conversed over breakfast and worked out the right ratio of putting your spoon in, dodging all the cereal, only pull up the milk. So we've had a ball this morning. I've had so much fun. Yeah, it's been great.
She's very much like her mama. Most meals, especially breakfast revolve around sweets. And so it's like, ooh, let's have some cereal, but the cereal is only to sweeten up the milk.
The milk,
we're just gonna have the sugar milk with breakfast. But that's fun. So do you have any beefs, or can we just say that this has been a great weekend?
I've just got one beef.
Okay, please let me hear it.
Okay, my one beef from the art show is Kenny Stubblefield. How dare you talk me into that Korean chicken burger with the I hate you sauce? Oh my god, it's taken me 2 days to recover. I had to go to Mississippi to recover from that sauce, which was just been smashing my insides. So that's my real small flavoursome beef of the week, I guess.
I will say I will defend Kenny a little bit.
Okay.
You're obviously not built for the American diet if you can't handle the Korean fried chicken.
Pretty lightweight, right?
Because I had the whole sandwich. Didn't even faze me. It was amazing. Just perfect sandwich from the food truck. You guys across the pond there may just eat a little cleaner than we do, and your gut is just not built for it, you know?
Yeah, look, I don't know, maybe it's I'm getting old kind of thing, you know? The stomach lining shot.
Uh-huh. So, all right, that's our best and beef of the week. We did have 2 Memphis Grizzlies games over the weekend. They played Friday night against the Celtics, and then they played Saturday night against the Charlotte Hornets. By design, they went 0-2. We will break them down right after this bumper video. I'm going to drag this out as much as possible until I find it. Boom! We are the Two Bucks. This is our sports show. It is the Monday edition of the show brought to you by FanDuel Sports Network. And so we had the Grizzlies. Let's talk 10-game schedule. Mm-hmm. And sorry, guys. This is parenting right now. So we had the 10-game schedule. We look at the 10 games at a time. Beale Street Heat check. They have one in the left column with a win. Thankfully, the best win of the season against Denver when Wayno was in town for his first ever Grizzlies game. Yep. They've went 0-2 since. Friday night's game against Boston was ultra competitive. There was lots of stuff that I loved about that game on Friday night, and just didn't come out with it in the end. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought it was almost like false hope, really. Like we had the guys competing. I mean, our G League guys, like for anyone that's sort of questioning the system by this stage, I don't know what to tell you. Like when our G League guys are coming out and having, 20-point plus games for us, like I think that's pretty telling. You add some more talent or some greater talent to this equation, and it's going to result in wins. Plus, a rebounding big wouldn't be too far off the table either, right? Like, just
that would have been exactly what the doctor ordered.
Yeah.
As long as it's not a Grizzlies doctor.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. I mean, there's been some guys I've been a happy surprise with. I think we've all kind of come to the conclusion that Hendricks is like, we want him around a bit long. He might be our next sort of G League GG Jackson kind of development player. Are we all out on Walton Clayton Jr.?
So I would agree with you on Hendricks. It's not the way that I thought this was going to plan out. It was obvious that the Grizzlies targeted Walter Clayton Jr. in the trade for Jaren Jackson Jr. to the Utah Jazz. It felt like that was the piece, other than the picks that they wanted back, was Walter Clayton Jr. He felt like a secret agent, like a double agent in Friday night's game against Boston. Oh. He was disgusting, consistently throwing it out of bounds. It was like, okay, now's the time we need to go lose. Walter Clayton Jr., you're our guy. And it was really bad. It was really
If you would have told me he had a shamrock tattooed under his jersey that night, I would have not been surprised. I was like, what team is he playing for? And like back-to-back turnovers led to like scores, and just like, what are we doing? What are we doing right now? Why are you still on the court right now in the fourth?
It was weird. The one that it was finally like nailing the coffin for me that he's a double agent was that he just inexplicably threw it into the backcourt. And I couldn't really even tell. Now there are great parts about being at the game, and that is the fact that you're at the game amongst other Grizzlies fans. You get the highs, you get the lows. It was wrestling night, which was awesome. So good. We didn't even talk about that. Wrestling night at the FedEx Forum was a 10 out of 10. Grizz won the Royal Rumble, the Grind City Wrestling Royal Rumble, of course.
Man, no home cooking at all. Too, by the way, on wrestling night. We missed out on our glasses. Like, come on.
Yeah,
come on,
we were a little late with dinner. We got there right at 7:00. We missed the Grizz glasses, which everybody was wearing. I was really jealous of. Yeah, I'll be honest with you.
I was going to take on a kid, but I thought, I want to come back. So
immunity. Hey, what are you going to do? Deport me? Pay for my flight, please. But my point being, like, one of the cons of being in person is that you only have one angle. You get one angle of the honk, you don't get the replay. So I have no idea what happened. But from my angle, it looked like Walter Clayton Jr. decided to throw the ball backcourt. It was bad. And to answer your question, am I out? I'm holding. I'm not making any decisions with him in mind. I'll put it to you that way. But if he returns as a piece, like a fourth guard, then okay, because he does kind of strike me as a guy that probably needs time. He's not overly athletic. He's going to be a guy that's going to have to drive the ship. You know, he's got to have like a set the table kind of guy. And with the weird rotations and the new offense and the spotty, are you playing, are you not? Like there's an inkling in my mind that maybe he's just not ready yet. But it has been really, really bad.
I do kind of forget he's a rookie at some stages. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it was just that particular game that like he really hurt his, I suppose, stock in people's eyes. But it was pretty telling. Like he was a bit of a difference maker when he was on the court in a negative way.
It didn't help his case any that there were multiple 10-day contract and two-way guys like Dejan Deke Giroux, and Tyler Burton, who were awesome.
Yeah,
and the full contract guy, the first round pick from last year was disgusting.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
it didn't help much. So they lost. It came down when it came down to crunch time. The die was cast, and we lost that game on Friday night. And we went immediately. We tried to catch up with Brevin and Fish after the game. They're friends of BCM, have a show here, and tried to catch up with them. But they made a beeline because they had to get on a flight because they had a 6 p.m. tip on Saturday night in Charlotte where the Grizzlies fell. Full disclosure, we were having a good time last night. Didn't catch a lot of it. We studied the stats. We saw exactly kind of what we expected to. Moussa Diabate once again has a double-double with like 11 points, 18 rebounds. Just you knew that was going to happen. If we had a podcast on Saturday morning or Sunday morning, we would have told you like whatever the rebounding total number is for Diabate, take the over. It's going to be double whatever they think it is because the lack of a big man that the Grizzlies play. There was no Coward, no Gigi Jacks. No, Gigi did play.
Gigi was playing. He was there. He had 19. Gigi was really good, man.
Yeah. And so it was cut and dry, pretty easy going. Like they were better than us. We didn't stand a chance back to back. You didn't have the same level of intensity to it as the home wrestling night, And so Grizzlies fall. That makes they're now 1-9 in their last 10. We're going to go ahead and we'll get into that now. So let's look at the standings. I've got Tankathon pulled up here. We're going to kind of throw through this together. There's a couple different angles that I want to take here. So first off, as I get it on the screen here, the first thing you will notice is that the Grizzlies have solidified themselves as the 7 seed as they have jumped into a tie with New Orleans in which the Grizzlies own the tiebreaker. Which is weird. We've lost more games head to head, so that's why we win the tiebreaker by losing in this situation. Again, you got to reprogram your mind around this, okay? So the Grizzlies move up to the 7th spot. That does increase their odds by about 6% to so you can see here the top 4 pick, Memphis, goes from a 26% chance to a 32% chance, ups their chance at a number 1 seed by 1.5%. As Tankathon, do better with your ads here. Nobody wants to see this. I know you got to pay the bills, but let's go. So that's encouraging. I mean, you're going to get to see a important stretch of games here as the Grizzlies and go down the stretch here, trying to increase their odds as much as possible to get as high odds as possible.
Yeah, I really hoping for a top 4 finish. I mean, I think that would just, if we could get 4, I'd be super happy. If we get any higher than that, I'll be like unbearable on the show. But I mean, it's a weird game as a fan what we're playing right now because we know we're not I mean, the guys are playing hard, so I'll give them that full credit. Like no one's walking around, dragging their feet on the court, but it's a weird thing to get excited about losses and percentages going up because, even with all that said, like there's no guarantee with any of this. Do you know what I mean? It's just odds.
Right.
So
yeah. You can see here, like it's kind of what I've talked about as me and Rusty argue about who we would take number 1 overall between Boozer or Debansta. I'm a Debansta guy. He's a Boozer guy. What we really should study here is, as you can see, a top 4 pick. There's still a 68% chance that we don't get a top 4 pick. And of course, that's not what we look forward to. That's not what we get excited about. Not what we should get. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer by any means, but there's a lot of people in this draft. It's a very top-heavy draft with the big 3, but there's also a lot of really good basketball players here that you can be excited about. And in the weeks and months to come, I guess it's just weeks to come, we will we'll find out and we'll start diving into more of that, 4 to 10 range and see kind of how we feel about it.
Yeah.
One other angle here too is that if we look here at NBA standings, just some standings watch here, and this is standings watch not for playoffs, but again, for we're in the bottom, but there's a couple things that happened over the weekend that are very key for the Grizzlies. One, looking at the Phoenix Suns here, so as you know, in the Desmond Bane trade, the Grizzlies will get the better pick draft wise between Phoenix and Orlando. So Phoenix firmly in the play in here. So they are 4 games out of the 6th seed. They are, almost 20 games out of the 11th seed. So they're going to be a play-in team. So if the cards bounce right, they're also going to be in the 7-8 game, as they've got a 4.5 game lead over the Clippers. If they find themselves into the lottery, it would be very interesting. You're going to be a big Clippers fan, Portland, Golden State fan, when the play-in comes along.
Yeah, they're a funny team because also they got Dylan Brooks out at the moment, who like really sets the tone for him. So, you can't argue that Brooks hasn't been a difference maker for Phoenix this season.
Right. For sure.
I think we're still seeing Jalen Green adjust to what they're running and stuff, but he looks pretty dangerous when he's on the court. Like the few games I've caught of him playing alongside Booker, but that squad just still feels like it's missing something, and I don't know what it is. I don't know. I don't know if it's. I don't even know if it's a big they're missing, but they just feel like a bit empty. And with Brooks being out, I don't know how far he's off coming back from injury, but I just feel like they are. They're going to start. They've already started dropping games. So,
right, yeah. I think Grizzlies fans can attest. I was totally fine with Dylan Brooks being not re-signed or traded, whatever the situation was. It's been a few years now. I didn't want him as a Grizzly anymore after that playoff series. He burned his bridge with me. I was ready to go. I've not looked back and did any revisionist history like lots of Grizzlies fans do. That's dangerous and it's inaccurate. In the moment, everybody wanted him gone, and it was the right call. But you do see what the Grizzlies turned into after him without having. He was definitely the straw that stirred the drink. The character of the team, the swag, the grit. He was the one that dug his heels in first, and he has been that for Phoenix this year. He's kind of had a rebirth. The Houston thing was okay, but he got back into his little swaggy nature and really being a net positive for Phoenix this year. And since he's went out, they've just kind of been 500, a team that we weren't really high on going into the season. Dylan Brooks was a big reason why they have far exceeded expectations. And since he's been out, just kind of been middle of the road. So it was a broken bone injury in his hand. Yeah. And so I don't know what his timeline. That may be a question for Rusty as this conversation goes forward into the season. We start watching a little closer. But you wouldn't think the rehab would be as strenuous as like a ligament or a joint or anything like that. It's a broken bone. It's healed kind of thing. And
I
guess get your conditioning back up. We'll see.
Yeah, I guess for Brooks, he just gets it to a place where he can wear a glove and get back on the court.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's get to some comments here. First off, Rusty is not in the hospital; he's at the hospital.
Yeah.
So David Owens asked, "At the hospital, are you okay, Rusty?" And Mimant says, "What's going on?" Rusty is picking up shifts just on his days off as doing physical therapy.
Look,
As he tries to get his real estate business going, he's picking up shifts at the
let's
hospital, and inpatient physical therapy at hospitals often involves elderly patients, hence the poop. Not his poop, it's other people's poop, which is worse, but it's not him that's sick.
hey, let's not cover for him anymore. Let's not cover for him anymore, Drew. Okay, he had one of those Korean chicken burgers as well, and it went south real quick. Okay,
No
so
pun
he's in
intended.
emergency, eating
Yep.
plain bread right now just to try to sort that out.
Yep. Yeah. Grizz girl Anne is her name. She's a peach, by the way.
Oh man,
she
so
asked-
nice meeting you.
Yeah, she's asking, are you satisfied? Do you feel good with the success of the art show?
Yeah, definitely. Jump back to the start of the show. We talked about a little bit more in depth, but I was really happy. If anyone is still after something, probably just reach out, because I'm still in the US for a few more days, and there are a selected few pieces still left. So if there is something you're interested, yeah, please jump onto Wayno Paints on Instagram, or if you're in contact with one of the boys, let them know, and we can definitely sort something out.
Yeah, you can hop in the comment section. You can find any of us on social media. Wayno Paints on Instagram, though. That's the best place to go. So, it looks like Jenny has now went to her second favorite $2 sports show co-hosts.
We did dancer before, didn't we? Yes, sir. What'd you say to me? Hey, boy.
She did. She's bad at remembering names. So she said, hey, boy. Yeah, well, that's a man, first off. So how about let's take a quick break right here. When we come back, we will talk about the Orlando Magic side of the tank race and how it affects the Memphis Grizzlies, as well as we watched a lot of college basketball yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get into some of that as well. So stick with us. We'll be back on the other side.
Tired of the same old fast food? The soggy fries, the frozen flavors, the meals that never quite hit right. Head over to Waldo's Chicken and Beer, where everything starts fresh and flavor comes first. Our chicken is fried in rich beef tallow for that bold, old-school crunch you can actually taste. And don't skip the premium homemade southern sides. Fresh greens, hearty white beans, and creamy mac and cheese made to complete the meal. Bring your whole family. There's plenty of space to relax, plus a game room the kids will love. Catch the game on big screens, grab a drink at the full bar, and enjoy happy hour specials every day from 3 to 6, all day on Tuesday and Sunday. Waldo's Chicken and Beer. Real food, real flavor, made from scratch.
We've been seeing a lot of Ed Scott, man. I was listening to my guy Kevin Cerrito, and he said the same thing. So Ed Scott kind of went from being a guy that's not on the scene to kind of being on his Vince McMahon shit, man. His Triple H, Paul Levesque shit this week, man.
We are seeing a total restructuring of the power dynamic at the University of Memphis Athletic Department.
Penny has humbled himself this offseason, right?
I think he's been humbled.
I think he's been humbled. Yeah, I don't think Penny just had a revelation. I think they had a series of conversations where Penny had to, all right, bro, like if this keeps going the way it's going, this dude is gonna get me the hell up out of here. You know what I mean? If I'm him and I see the big dog is Penny Hardaway and he's got all autonomy, but I also realize there's some things that Penny is doing. It's really not how that's supposed to go. Like this, I question if he has a full grasp of his position, right? Ed Scott realized I can't just let him drown.
Tune in to the Anthony Sain Show Monday through Fridays at 1 p.m. live on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Does the NBA change the 65-game rule? Because we were all kind of like, what the hell is this when they did it? And now it's even more like, what the hell? Because you're punished. A guy might get punished who was having we were talking about him being you and I talked about him being the MVP last week. And now no one's going to mention that the rest of the season because of this. And I don't think that's fair to Cade. I think that's kind of bogus. I don't know. I think that this should lead to a change in the rule.
They want people to play. I think there does need to be a minimum threshold, like Jalen says here. Maybe move it to 60 because 60 games is still you've missed 15.
Yeah.
There are 12 games, 12 regular season games. Math is hard. And I mean, that puts you playing right at 73%. Like that's that's the majority. That's a passing grade. It's above 70, especially when there is so much money tied up to the this All NBA. Like
you're
to get
messing
a
with people's
Supermax contract.
Tune in to the Daily Grind with your host, Lute Hatmaker, every Monday through Friday at 7:30 a.m. live on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. Some dreams don't just come true, they come with 4 paws. At Puppy Dreams, we match loving families with happy, healthy puppies. From playful companions to lifelong best friends, your perfect match is waiting. And with our professional grooming spa, your pup will look as amazing as they feel. Visit Puppy Dreams today and meet the one who's been waiting just for you.
Oh, he's
All
gone.
right.
There he is.
I'm back. Welcome back to the $2 Sports Show Monday edition of the show. We are on Bluff City Media's YouTube and X pages, as well as Rusty's Facebook page for his grandparents. Thank you to all of our sponsors. If you want to show us love in the best way possible, keep showing up and also shop with our sponsors. They help us out a lot. They keep this show free for you guys. And so subscribe to the channel, like the stream, and go shop with our sponsors, especially if you're in the Memphis area, and that helps us out more than you can imagine. So let's get back into our tank talk before we get into some college basketball. As I had to get Jenny a snack. That's what she wanted. She was hitting Wayno up for a snack. We got some snacks. We got us a drink. I think we're good to go. So let's talk about the Orlando Magic. So as I said, the Grizzlies get the better of the 2 picks between Phoenix and Orlando. Phoenix is in the play-in. They will stay in the play-in. They look to be about a 7 or 8 seed, meaning they would have to lose twice to enter the lottery. The other team is Orlando. Orlando is not doing as well. Orlando right now is in – oh, well, that doesn't look right.
There we go.
There we go. Orlando is currently the 8th seed, and they are the East is very much more jumbled up. The West is very defined. You've got your top 6, you've got your next 4, and then you've got your losers. The Grizzlies, losers. Okay, the East is a little crazy. So I'm going to use my mouse here, which you can see these a little bit, although you guys can read. But if you look between 5 and 10 here, so
it's so cramped.
10, 7 through 10 is the play-in. 1 through 6 means you're already in. You don't have to play your way into the playoffs. You guys all know this. 5 through 10 are decided by 2 games.
That is
2.5 games.
Crazy.
So
crazy. Anything can happen.
We are getting a little excited. We have the opportunity to have 3 shots at a number 1 or 2 shots at a lottery balls to get a top 4 pick. The Grizzlies, you are going to be in the lottery. You really want either Orlando or Phoenix to get in the lottery to have a second shot here. Orlando's your best shot right now. Orlando 5-5 in their last 10. They are 6 games over 500 right now, 38-12. They are the 8th seed right now, although only a game out of the 5 seed. And you've got Charlotte in this as well. And so you're kind of, these are the teams you want to root for. You want to see Philadelphia, you want to see Miami, you want to see Charlotte, Toronto, and Atlanta continue to win. The Grizzlies play Atlanta tonight. It can help us to lose on two fronts. The Grizzlies could take a loss, try to catch Dallas in the Western Conference tank race, and also be a win in the Eastern Conference, in which they are in a they are Atlanta's a half game up on Orlando right now. So as much as we hate to tank and purposefully lose, this is a game you've got to get into the right side of the column, the L column.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what it is about Orlando either. Like, when the Bane trade happened, I mean, obviously they gave up a lot for him. I don't know if this is the result they thought they'd have as well. Not putting this on Bane at all either, but
right.
There just seems to be really something missing because at times they look super dominant. I think it's more when that three ball is dropping for them, which Bane obviously helps with a lot. But I don't know, man. I don't know. They got some great bigs over there. They got some good wings. They got some good young talent. I don't know what's clicking. The only thing I have really put my finger on is that point guard position because, I mean, we've seen Tyus come in and on his way out there, and I don't know. I guess it's just only one ball, and you just need someone who can move it and get it to those right guys in the right spots instead of letting, Paolo have to create or Bane have to. I mean, we've seen Bane. We know what he's like at times. Awesome player, but I don't know. Orlando's a bit of a mystery to me this season. I have to admit, I thought they'd be a bit better than this. I thought they'd be like up top 4 at least,
right?
Especially with the injuries. But I'm gonna welcome it right now because our next pick relies on it. So bring it on.
Yeah, and listen, I love Desmond Bane. You saw what Desmond Bane was in the holes in his game last season, and it was because John Morant didn't play. And so you're kind of seeing that same thing. It's like, okay, well, we don't have a true point guard. And so Desmond's the 2 guard. So maybe it's just not his game. And it's kind of been weird. And honestly, they may mirror the Grizzlies this year because it wouldn't surprise me at all if Jamal Mosley's the one that takes the axe this subpar season.
Yeah. I mean, he took he got ejected pretty early on in his last game. So I don't know. I don't know if things are just coming to a head right now. I've sort of, can only consume so much basketball in a season. I do tend to watch a lot of other games outside of Grizzlies, but Orlando's kind of one of those teams I've kind of had on the back burner for a bit because I was like, I'm going to wait till we're a bit closer. But, like you said, it is so tight in the East. So tight. Do you know what I mean? So they could find themselves right down the bottom if they can't get it together.
Right. And it is so important that play-in to be the 6-7 versus, the 7-8 rather than the 9-10. Because instead of bracket styling this where you got 6 versus 10, 7 versus 10, 8 versus 9, and going forward, the 7-8 seeds have to lose twice to be eliminated. And the 9-10 has to win twice to advance. And so it's very strange. And as tight as it is, this is going to come down to the last week unless something crazy or somebody just bottoms out. It's going to come down to the last few games to see. And one of the teams may be just in the playoffs and one team may be the 10 seed by the time it's all said and done. It is going to be a wild finish for the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, and I can't wait for it. I can't wait to consume all of that.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great. And one of the best catalysts right now, if you're cheering for somebody right now, it's got to be Charlotte. Charlotte's red hot and has entered into that from the bottom. And they've been red hot. You wanted to see them continue to be red hot because in my mind, in a one-off, I don't think there's any way that Orlando beats Charlotte in Charlotte. So you kind of hope for that kind of matchup, and you would like for it to be the 9-10 game because it's win or out kind of situation.
Yeah. Charlotte are total disruptors, total disruptors. No one had them pegged, making this run. Just before we jump onto college ball, I'll just do something that you've, tickled a lot of people recently. Emily joins us from X. G'day, mate. How's it going?
Is she one of yours? Is she one of yours?
I don't know, Emily, but mate, jump
say,
over to YouTube.
Go jump over to YouTube. I will say, anytime, listen, this sounds bad. I've been on Twitter a lot. Anytime a really pretty girl just slides anywhere on X and says hello, it's a trap. To quote Luke Hatmaker, it's a trap. Yeah, that girl is definitely needing some, prepaid Visa gift cards in exchange for some less than tasteful images that are not real. No, that's kind of how we all know people who have fallen victim to the pretty girl who's interested in the tubby dude, and it's like, oh, this could be love, or it could all be a scam. Please,
true.
Emily, I hope you're real. Please verify yourself. But I'm not too vain to realize that if a girl in a bikini messages me on Twitter and says hello to me, I will never think like, she must just love my tweets, man. It's not how it is. It's just not how it is. Antennas up, folks. The wind horse here. What's going on with Emily? Don't find out. Emily, please, I hope this is not offensive to you if you are in fact real. Let's do this. This is fun. We've been talking about a lot about how this will affect the Grizzlies. Other teams and the rest of the schedule remaining affects the Grizzlies. So I've got the rest of season rankings, strength of schedule rankings pulled up in front of us here. You will see, fortunately for Grizzlies fans, the Memphis Grizzlies, the second hardest schedule remaining in the NBA. They've got difficult games, according to Tankathon, remaining of San Antonio, Knicks, Cavs, Nuggets, and Raptors, and 2 games against the Rockets. Then they also have 3 remaining games against bad teams, and that would be Utah, Chicago, and Milwaukee. So you definitely have to go 0-3 on those, but those aren't really your peers when it comes to they're pretty far spaced out in the draft order than us. So really need to lose the ones we need to lose. New Orleans, who are neck and neck with the Grizzlies right now, 5th hardest schedule, as is Dallas, the 4th hardest schedule. It keeps scrolling down. Look, I'm looking for Orlando, and I'm looking for Phoenix here. So Phoenix, the 14th, right middle of the road. They play the Grizzlies one more time. They play Orlando one more time. These dang ants. And then Orlando, the 18th toughest schedule. So you need that Orlando and Phoenix game. Maybe just root for like a earthquake, or a way that maybe there's one team wins but cheats really badly, and so they just get penalized. The win doesn't count, and so like if so facto, both teams lose. How can we get that to happen?
Work your magic, Silver. Work your magic.
Just for kicks and giggles, Portland has the easiest schedule remaining. They have 1 game against San Antonio, 1 game against Denver, and it's really depressing. I don't know what happened here. We're getting off of this. It's really depressing to see the Grizzlies in the right side of these columns as easy games remaining. We talked about this beforehand. It really lets you know where you're at.
Yeah.
So, Man says, if Emily jumps in the chat, I apologize. So, all right. Any thoughts on that? I guess we're all just rooting for our 3 favorite teams right now are whoever's playing Memphis, whoever's playing Phoenix, and whoever's playing Orlando.
Yeah. I think we've summed it up. I think we've.
And we're also rooting for Dallas and for New Orleans. So
yes, yeah.
we need to make a cheat sheet, I think, of scenarios here.
We need a new graph for that.
To that time. So, we watched some college basketball yesterday. We saw a 1 seed fall. Iowa knocks off Florida in just a bit of coaching majesty there. The coach, I can't remember his name, for Iowa. One coach, the Florida's coach, decided to continue to foul in a tie game, trying to, I don't know, force them to take a 1-and-1 and hope they miss, or just guarantee themselves the ball back. Iowa decides just to not do that and shoot a layup with about 4 seconds to go and to take the lead. Florida drives, and Iowa does an amazing job of like walling up the lane and making him drive baseline, having to go the length of the court with 4 seconds.
Put up
No shots to be taken off.
put an absolute wall on him. Absolute wall on him. Not even like, because we were looking at it from one view and we were going, you've just got to get a shot up. You just got to get a shot up. But you watch the replay from the baseline and it's like, there's no daylight. There's no daylight. Yeah.
They forced him. My dad used to tell me anytime we were walking any place, he was not one to stay on the sidewalk or on the path that was designed for him, because he would always say, Drew, what's the closest distance between point A and point B?
Yeah.
A straight line.
Yeah.
And Iowa said the shortest distance for them is from right where you're inbounding it to the goal. We're going to make them go as far as possible. And they made him go sideline and make a big left turn baseline, and he had no shot. It was really, really nicely done.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive. I did think I saw something this morning actually when I was just reviewing the scores from yesterday's college basketball, and I think I saw a stat that said that like this is, and I think it's a good gauge of like how good this upcoming draft actually is. This is like the highest ratings they've had since like 2011, I believe.
Oh, really?
So all eyes are on it. Like like it's and there've been some great games.
And I'll be honest with you, like I've always kind of had this thing, like March Madness, everybody wants to make it about Cinderella. Like, oh, this is March. This is what we're here for, upsets and Cinderellas and stuff. Cinderellas don't get the huge numbers. The big fan bases get the big numbers. And here in the second round, you had pretty much went chalk, with the exception of like North Carolina getting upset. Like there was no major brand off the top of my head anyways. They got upset and didn't enter into the second round. And so the NIL and the transfer portal, in my opinion, negatively impacting the mid majors and the double digit seeds has allowed for like the blue bloods, the recognizable. Oh, that's Duke playing. Yeah. That's Purdue. That's Michigan State. Those guys, Michigan, those guys are playing right now, and you're getting the recognition. Like, oh, this should be a good game because it's Duke. This should be a good game because it's Kansas. And not, oh, hey, Loyola Chicago is playing. And if you didn't realize it, they're a 14 seed who's made the Sweet 16. It's not that. It's not the storyline. It's the names.
Yeah. So one of the key games we watched yesterday was St. John's versus Kansas, which I really enjoyed. Is that an upset? That's considered upset, right?
So it was considered an upset by seeding, but it was a 4-5 matchup.
Right.
So I didn't look at the line going into it. I'd imagine it was pretty close.
Yeah. So for anyone out there, I'm pretty new to college ball as far as like following it, like in depthly, like I do the NBA. But we talked a little bit yesterday about just like the impacts of like Peterson on the court. Like, what this is, it just. He's got bad management. Like it was, I think a couple of days ago, we actually spoke on the $2 Show, you and Rusty, talking about like, does this change the grade for you as far as their performance? Does the Sweet 16 change performance in Sweet 16 change your view on a player's body of work from the season? There we go.
Right.
And I have to say, was not super impressed with Peterson, and I really disliked his last choice of shot attempt in that game. Yeah,
it was. There was a point. So to recap what I said in that conversation was like, it can be a tiebreaker. If you're between two guys, give me the guy that shined the brightest in when it mattered the most. Like that it does provide some value to me, but it's not going to single-handedly win me over.
Yeah.
Like there's some guys that I'm sure, there's some draft guys that I'm sure love that center power forward from Washington who didn't make the tournament. Well, they didn't just like X him off their list when they didn't make the tournament,
Yeah.
But it provides context, provides possibly a tiebreaker. And there were times in that St. John's Kansas game where Darren Peterson, I thought, was about to take over. About middle of the way through the second half, it was like, okay, he's kind of getting his swagger back. But then he did again for the second game in a row, because they did it against Dallas Baptist or California Christian or whatever that college was that they played in the first round, where he just kind of he kind of ghosted the team in the last 4 minutes, didn't get a lot of shots. We talked at one point, we're like, he's not playing point guard. They've got him off ball without the ball in his hands. And it's like, oh, well, they're maybe trying to get matchups with off ball screens. I don't know. It just never ended up in his hands. And they had multiple turnovers in that stretch when it was out of his hands. Just, it didn't pass the sniff test to me. And so, unfortunately for Darren Peterson, that's all we've got now. An ouster in the second round and a season that a one and done season in which will be remembered for the off the court stuff, like him pulling himself out of games and missing games and the controversy around all of that. And we're not going to get that magical run. So we've seen all we're going to see out of Darren Peterson. And I think I'm pretty uncertain about what I would do if the Grizzlies had the third pick in the draft.
Yeah, and look, if you're a high regarded player and you're obviously a top 3, top 4, let's say, in that upcoming draft, and you have I won't say subpar performance, like he played well, but he just played well. Right. I didn't like the comments after the game where he like flirted with the whole, well, I might run it back again. It's like, just own the moment.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, just own the moment.
I can't remember the quote that I said either. It was just, they asked him why he didn't have the ball, and he was just like, game plan, if it were me, I'd have had the ball more. I may come back. It was just, I've never liked the I may come back thing, whereas I also get it. Like, these guys are whereas they may not be savvy in other areas, they are very savvy when it comes to how to make the most money, how to generate the most for themselves. And whereas they can't make any more money in the NBA by doing this, he can maybe generate a $10 million offer from Kansas that he would entertain. Like, I don't know.
I wonder if it's more like sponsorship advertisement sort of thing with those guys than the actual NBA money. I wonder if it's a bit more catered that way than actual like what they'll make. Because for Peterson, he's going so high anyway. Like, I don't think it makes so I don't know. I just, playing around with that thought in my mind that maybe this is more of a sponsorship sort of play in some weird way. Yeah, not too sure, but wasn't really happy with Peterson's performance. I must admit, always comments after the game. And St. John's, I mean, they go through, right? So
yeah. So St. John's meets up. We'll get into that more. We've got a little break now before the Sweet 16 picks up. We'll get into the college basketball, the bracket. I will tell you right now, spoiler alert, my bracket is garbage. Straight up on fire garbage. After about 3 games, there's 36 people that entered the $2 bracket challenge. After 2 games, or 2 or 3, 4 games, whatever it was, I was 35th. 36th was our mascot bracket, which we picked the teams based on whose mascot would win in a fight. That bracket was the only bracket that was worse than my bracket. So it's such a crapshoot. Luke's towards the top for some names. Rusty's behind Luke, but towards the top. And Rusty's trying to repeat, and so that's where we're at. Were there any other games? Tennessee beat Virginia. That was a game that I did not pick. I thought Virginia would cruise in that one. Nate Ahmed looked okay. Looked okay in the first round game. He went for a big nothing burger for a guy that's potentially a top 10, 12 pick in the draft. He was pretty good. Tennessee moves on to the Sweet 16. Darius Acuff was awesome again. They played High Point, who pulled the upset, the biggest upset of round 1, only to face Arkansas. And that game went to overtime, I think. Acuff was amazing. Acuff is going to, I'll just be definitive about this. He is going to be the biggest winner of the tournament darling kind of sweepstakes in regards to draft position, because my goodness, is he just amazing. I
could see him go as high as 5.
I could too. Me and you are both pretty locked in on a big 3, and then 4 being Caleb Wilson from North Carolina.
Yeah.
Acuff, I can't imagine taking Kingston Flemings or Wagler or any of those guys before I take Acuff. Like,
in saying that, if you're an NBA team and you are like happy with your bigs, and you got that 4th pick, Acuff's a bit of a no-brainer.
Yeah, and listen, there's been a lot of discourse around Acuff, and I'm typically the one that's kind of leading the charge against the guy that obviously doesn't entertain the thought of playing defense. Like, I mean, it is just, it's not even optional. It's just not happening. Like, there's not an option to play defense. It's just no. Just no. I'm gonna trail behind you and try to poke it from behind or swat it off the backboard. Like, it's just very not gonna happen. You do not see an offensive dynamo like Acuff very often. And for Grizzlies centric views on Acuff, we've seen how beneficial it is to have the backline defense, a guy like Jaren or a guy like Edey now, to where he can just clean up a lot of gamble. It allows the guards to gamble on defense. And if all else fails, like, hey, there's a 7'4" dude there that
there's a wall.
Swat the guard off the backboard.
Yeah. Good luck with the wall behind me, boys.
Right. So I'm becoming very bullish on Acuff, and I should have whispered that because I don't want Jared to hear me say it.
That's fair.
So, I'm becoming very bullish on Acuff. Any other ones off the top of your head?
I think
we didn't see the end of the UConn game. I am going to watch some UConn highlights, and that they beat UCLA. They've got a big guy who in round 1 went for 35 and 20 rebounds. We talk about a backup center, kind of being something that we're looking at, or somebody that could possibly play the 4.
Edey Insurance, man. Edey Insurance.
Edey Insurance. That dude was massive and a big rebounder. He jumped off the page just like looking at him in uniform. Just a massive dude. We are watching closely Morris Johnson from Michigan.
Yes, please.
The Grizzlies could just go get Olivier, whatever his name is, the 7'8" guy from Florida. Just stack tall guys, even though that guy doesn't even play basketball. It's
true.
He's stretched Yuki.
Yeah, yes, he is. I suppose before we go, is there just any game you'd recommend for today?
Any game let's do this first because I forgot. Let's look at the FanDuel lines for tonight's game against the Atlanta Hawks. Again, this is a game that we need the Grizzlies to lose. And maybe instead of rooting for the Grizzlies to lose, maybe we root for the city of Atlanta for tonight. You know, you didn't get your Magic City. I think that's something we can all rally around. Is just let's just let Atlanta have one tonight.
There's some good Aussies on that Atlanta team, so
we're rooting for Jock Landale and his.
I'll let my Aussie pride take over for this game.
We can all be Aussies tonight. Root for Dyson Daniels and Jock.
Pick an Aussie night. Pick an Aussie night.
This is Wayno comes to the U.S. This is the Wayno return the favor night as we're all going to root for Aussie.
I love it.
Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi.
The Grizzlies are 14-point road underdogs. If you want the Grizzlies to win, if you think the Grizzlies will win, a $100 bet on FanDuel.com will win you $660, which is substantial, almost just a touch better odds than the Grizzlies were against the Nuggets. The Grizzlies were plus 610 against the Nuggets and won on the money line.
That's a lot of Korean chicken burgers with
that's a lot of Korean chicken sandwiches, Korean fried chicken sandwiches. So if you remember, this may not have been an Aussie thing, but there was once a dollar menu at McDonald's. And all these items were $1. That's now gone. It's like a $2 menu now. Oh, inflation, ridiculous. Give me my spicy McChickens for $1, like America should have. You know, the world for that matter.
Yeah. Wow.
But the commercial was instead of dollars, they used crispy McChickens. It was like, oh, that's like 1,000 crispy McChickens instead of $1,000. And so if you bet 100 crispy McChickens in 2010, you could get 660 crispy McChickens in 2010.
Yeah.
So conversion, you could probably get 300 crispy McChickens now. So
Yeah. I mean,
for 50 crispy McChickens, you can get 330 crispy McChickens.
And if you convert that to dingo dollars, you could probably put them all together and build yourself a small island in Oz.
Yeah. With 660 American crispy McChickens, you could own a house in Australia.
Yeah, probably.
So appreciate everybody being here with us. At me and Wayno are 2 men and a baby today. It's been a struggle. At times I've opened a couple bags of chips over here to the side as the show goes on, and I've seen an old bottle of water that we use for formula poured out on the floor. So I'll attend to that in a minute. We've struggled through it, but it's been a lot of fun. Wayno is in my house. It's just something that I can't wrap my head around.
I'm in the Gann Mansion.
The Gann Mansion. Yes.
The Gann Mansion.
Right there on Water Street in God's country, Tippah County, Mississippi. So appreciate everybody joining us today. The comment section was great. Me and man, David Owens. Good to see you, David. I know he said he had to run, but good fella, good people. King Meeks, Edward, everybody, Cousin Kurt, even in the comments here. So appreciate everybody for joining us today. We will be back with you tomorrow. I'm sure we will be 3 wide tomorrow. Me, Rusty, and Wayno. As Wayno will be back in Casa de Witten.
Yes.
And we will talk about the Atlanta game. We'll talk about a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
You got to tune in. I'm not going to spoil any of it for you. So as Rusty always says, be a friend, someone who needs a friend. And Wayno, tell them why there are no refunds.
Because with every blood from a stone, there's 2 birds in a horse's mouth. Yes.
Couldn't have said it better myself. See you tomorrow.
Thank you for listening to the $2 Sports Show. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. We'll see you back here next time.